Hello, welcome to a quick update 3 or 4, the video series where I just show you some things I've been creating in the past few weeks with no expectations of me completing any of it. I don't start projects so I can finish them, I start projects because I enjoy working on them. It's always been about the process, not the result for me. That being said, there are definitely some projects I do want to complete, and I think I owe you guys, my subscribers, to complete. So let's take a look, shall we? First up is Joker. I have now completed his feet, ankle joint, lower leg pants, and knee joints. So I'm just trying to work my way up and complete each part as I go. Actually ended up doing a little bit more with the upper body and stuff too, but anyway. And in the process of doing his legs here, I discovered some new techniques to sculpt and shape the fabric of his pants, of his clothing, that I am very excited about. Hopefully that'll help with the Jotaro model I've stagnated on a little bit. Speaking of which, there is some progress. He has his own shoes now. Before he was using these Bruno shoes, which are just some generic shoes, but these ones are actually Jotaro shoes. Can you tell the difference? Oh, but he could also just wear Joker's shoes if he's in the mood for it. They fit. Next up is Thanos, progressing slowly on this guy. I've kind of come to a decision as to what I'm going to do with this model, so that's good. And here, most of you will be happy to see that I have started a female paper model. This is actually, if you can tell, going to be based off of this Nami drawing that I did. And I'm going to combine Nami and Baby 5 together. This female model is going to have standardized joints, which means all the different parts I make for characters moving forward in the future will be interchangeable and able to fit onto this model. So it'll be for Nami in this particular outfit. And then Baby 5, I really like the concept behind Baby 5's design, but she's not really a major character, and I don't particularly like her actual outfit. I like her head and her hair, and the fact that she can turn her limbs into all kinds of weapons is really, really cool. So I thought, well, you know, we can just have Baby 5 wearing this orange jumpsuit. It works, why not? Speaking of standard sizes, we have a whole bunch of interchangeable heads here. Jotaro's head can go on his own body, on Mob's body. It can go on Joker's body. It could go on this body here. Then we could put Bruno's head on Jotaro's body, Joker's head on Jotaro's body, with Bruno's head on Mob's body, and then we could put Mob's head on Jotaro's body, and then Joker's head on Mob's body. You'll have seen some Instagram photos of me do it. It's just so fun. Just playing around with silly things. Like Mob's head on Jotaro's body is so silly. And Joker's head on Jotaro's body is actually pretty epic. And finally, the thing that you have all been waiting for, perhaps. Venom is complete. He's done. He now has the quads and the forearms that I was missing from the previous video. He does still have the gap in the upper back, of course, which is going to have something special going on there. The power of paper, I will call it. Also, just a quick rundown. I think there's something I need to be clear on here. I get a lot of comments of asking, when are you doing this and when are you doing that? And like, are you gonna complete this, or you're just starting new projects all the time? And yes, that's right. I am starting new projects because, like I said, it's much more enjoyable to work. Because when I try to just lock myself into one project at a time, then I tell myself I can't do anything else. And when I get sick of working on that project, but I tell myself I can't do anything else, I procrastinate and don't do anything that I remember. So I've given myself some freedom because this is like, I have to enjoy this work, guys. Like, YouTube is not fun if you don't enjoy what you do. It's very lonely otherwise. So if I'm doing it alone, it better goddamn be the way I want to do it and how I want to do it. Like the benefit of being your own boss, I have to get those. But I also have to be honest and upfront about what my intentions are every time I start a new project. So as I said in my first quick update video, Bruno, I had no intention of ever going beyond this point, and I was clear about that from the start, so good job on me. But Venom, I had every intention of making every part of Venom and some extras from the beginning, so if I didn't do that, then that one was on me, just like the Armored Titan. I was getting asked questions about this for years, and rightfully so, because the Armored Titan was a failure on the model's part and on my part. Here it is, and it doesn't stand. Like, the joints were all too small. It was just really flawed, and I just kind of reached a point where I was just like, this thing's not going to be able to stand up if I make it any further. It already couldn't stand up with just the frame. The face was a disaster, so sorry. That's on me. I failed with the Armored Titan. Doomfist. Doomfist is kind of in that category as well. He's a beautiful failure, but a failure nonetheless. A failure that pushed what I'm doing with my models further than any other single character has before. But this is as far as he goes, because he's very problematic in a lot of ways. You will see in an upcoming review of that paper model. So he's never going to progress beyond this point with the gold armor and stuff, even though I intended to make every inch of this character. So again, my fault. I'm sorry. If you want to make angry comments about that, fair enough. Thanos. Thanos is an interesting one. Okay, so Thanos is kind of where my mindset is at a lot when I make these models, where sometimes I just look at a character and there's just a few really key or unique aspects of that character that I'm wanting to capture. And as far as I'm concerned, this Thanos model has achieved everything I set out to do. You can see how big he is. All the things I wanted to capture about this character, I have captured in this paper model. So that's why I've been sort of struggling to work on him, because it's not exciting to make his pants or his boots or his traps. You know, his traps are a pain because his shoulder design is a disaster. However, I had every intention of completing Thanos from the beginning. So I'm gonna stick to it. I know that's something a lot of my subscribers, my viewers, want to see. So I'll say it right here. I do intend to complete Thanos this month. If I don't, that's on me. That's my failure. Blastoise, had every intention of completing him, so I will complete Blastoise. But do you guys want to see Blastoise? Because I haven't seen any comments about Blastoise actually. Katakuri is complete, Kenshiro is complete, Goku is complete, and all these guys on the shelf here are complete too. So yeah, I complete a lot of what I start. Even this little Piplup from 3.5 years ago. Shout out to anyone who was here back then. So that's it. That's some stuff that I've been working on. Comment below what you think. Comment below what you want to see. Speaking of my channel icon, you can click there to subscribe to my channel. Click on my face. Or you can click here to watch my previous video on Joker, which, I mean, I love that video. That just captures my thoughts on the character in the film perfectly. So, and then over here is just whatever video YouTube demands that you click on. So you better listen. Or not. Bye-bye.